Hello, y'all, YouTubers. It's Gilbert again. So today I'm just vlogging about the updates of life and just the typical things that I am right now. And so as of today, this is November 11th, 2017. Happy Veterans Day, by the way, to all of you. I think I work today, though, unfortunately, but it's not bumming me out, though. I mean, now, speaking of bumming me out, I mean, it's like these days lately, I haven't been feeling so bad lately, like depressed and stuff. It's been pretty good, really good lately. And I think the medicines is indeed kicking in, but I think it's also to do with my willpower, so to speak, right now. So lately, I mean, I feel the contributor, the contributor of all this, feeling good lately, is like the exercising and plenty of exercising, and I got that at my job. My job is beneficial for that. And getting myself like trained, so to speak, to get used to working on the weekends like I wasn't for a long time. Sometimes doing things like that can actually help exercise your mind, so to speak. Like, so with all the exercise that I've been doing at my job and everything, that's the job is helping me with this depression because of the exercise. Because now, speaking of jobs, I mean, like, I'm in this job now, this particular job. One of the unique reasons for me wanting to work in this type of job, too, is because, how we call it, it's the unique reason is because of remembering my days of the 90s. That's a unique reason for me to want to work in those kind of places. Most of us older fellas would think that we should be working in a professional field and be making big money and stuff, but evidently I'm not necessarily one of those, and I'm not really. I just happen to be one of those kinds that don't really care about whether I'm professional or not. I just want a life that's gonna be comfortable and like where I'm not having too many blues, so to speak. Like, as long as I could take care of bills, I'm happy. That's all I care. As long as I have a comfortable living, as long as my life is comfortable, that's all I care. I don't care if I have big money or not. But it's not that we don't make big money. My wife, works, and it's enough money to cover for all our bills. And then we got our cars, my classic right here, and then this Kia. And then I'm one of the first cars, by the way, to see this brand new sticker. This is a 2019 sticker. So that's what the 2019 stickers look like, by the way. Well, anyway, I haven't rode bikes a lot lately, but I mean, I'm getting my exercise still. Well, anyway, like I say, lately, I've been really good. I mean, I feel like I'm recovering from the long period of depression and anxiety. But I mean, now speaking of anxiety and stuff, I could tell you some experiences that I went through. But some of the most common experiences that I get in anxiety is lightheadedness, like I feel like I'm gonna pass out, like of my brain, or like if I'm losing vision. That's a very common problem. That's a common experience that I get with anxiety. I feel like I'm gonna pass out and die. I all the time. And then a lot of times I'm gonna feel chest pain. Yes, you heard me right. Chest pain. I feel like I'm having chest pain, like a heart attack, and I feel like the pain is traveling through my arms and stuff. It feels like that, or I just get the sensation of that. And it sometimes will travel to this arm, which is the right arm, not the left. And it'll go to my arm, but not my shoulder, you know. So it's like, that's that. And then my breathing, a lot of times I feel like I'm breathing slow. Like I feel like I'm breathing slow. And many times I get palpitations, palpitations. A lot of times I feel like it's beating off the chest, you know, like this, literally, you know. Many times I get that, you know. And then very commonly, I mean, I'm gonna get the feeling of like, how we call it, like, what do you call that? Commonly get like the how we call it, the eyes, like blurred vision. That's a very common thing that I experience. And then another thing is that the other day I was at a restaurant. I was eating out one time with my wife and my kids, and then suddenly like my mind got all crazy, and then it's like I was going through a panic attack. And you know, I could have sworn that I felt like I was gonna have a stroke or something, because I was getting the straight out symptoms of a stroke. And like I was actually stuttering, or not stuttering, but I mean I was actually like what do you call that when your speech is kind of like abnormal? Because like my speech was like acting up, you know. Like I mean, I kept skipping, or I don't know what we call that feeling, but anyway, I mean, I was straight out getting the symptoms of a stroke, you know, and that scared the hell out of me, you know. That really scared the hell out of me. And then said to myself, you know what? It's just anxiety, you know, and it's straight out anxiety. And then I was okay after that. I mean, all of a sudden I was fine after that, you know. So, I mean, the things that anxiety does, I mean, and then my heart is beating off the chest. I mean, like anxiety and depression in itself may not do much harm. It's not harmful, but what it does, it can be harmful, because like it releases a lot of hormones or something, or whatever that is. Because when we go through anxiety and depression and stuff, or anxiety anyway, like our bodies release hormones that tells the brain to like shut down a little bit, and work on the body, like to work on supplying the energy to the body for fight and flight type thing, you know. And that's why we feel the thing and our lightheadedness when we get anxiety, because the body is releasing hormones, like releasing hormones when it doesn't really need it. And that's why we get that feeling, because it signals the brain to get ready to run, you know. So even though there's nothing to be afraid of or whatever, like our brains is signaling the body to get ready to run for cover, so to speak, you know. And so, I mean, I read somewhere where when that happens, like the body will supply less energy or less food or energy to the brain, and focus on the body parts so to get it ready to run, you know, as fast as we can. And that's why we feel the lightheadedness when we get the depression or anxiety, you know, because it's like the brain is signaling the body to get ready to run, and so it's focusing on the body parts instead of the brain. And that's what I read about. So, I mean, that's what it all is, you know. So, I mean, like, I felt some of the worst things on depression and anxiety. But now, if we're talking about depression, you know, I mean, I've had some super bummed out days. I mean, a common day that I would get would be feeling bummed out about having to go to work on the weekend. I mean, I have had a day like where I was so bummed out that I had no energy at all, and it lasted through probably maybe at least 4 hours into my job, and then I kind of got over it, but even then I wasn't. So, and when I was depressed, or anytime that I feel depressed, I feel like my energy's taken away. takes away all of my energy, and then I feel all like so low energy, and everything. It's really bad, when we feel that, when depression, when we feel that. But the thing is, like, like when that happens, we should. I mean, the things that I've been doing about it now. This is the thing, the thing that I've been doing about it to cure the problem is just simple exercise, and then my job has been doing that. Although it's taken like a few months of working in my job for the exercise. It's taken a few months to finally to kind of get better, to make me feel better and everything. It's taken me a few months, but I'm finally feeling better. And then as of today, November 11th, 2017, I'm actually feeling good now. And there's a bug right here. He's cute. So anyway, yeah, I've been feeling good lately, and I think the medicines help. And that's another thing too. You gotta make sure you're taking your meds. You cannot skimp out on the medicine, because right now I feel great. I feel fine. Lately I've been feeling good because well, I feel, like I said, the contributor is a constant exercise at my job and everywhere else. And then how I call it, and the meds, and well, I mean, mostly like the exercising and the attitude, changing the attitude, just don't think so negative, I mean, that's what I do. I just try not to think negative. I just think about the good things in life, damn dog. Well, anyway, so what I have to tell you that I like the exercise. I mean, the body, like when your body, like when you're not doing much, when you're sedentary, when you're just sitting there, it's actually indeed bad for the body. It's bad. I have to tell you this much right now. It's bad for the body to be sitting around too much. And that's what I'm learning. I mean, although I may not, I mean, you're not gonna feel it when you're young, like 19, 20, 21, whatever, like in your 20s. But when you start going on to your 40s and 50s, you're gonna start feeling it, So that's when your body's gonna tell you that you need to fix something, you need to do something, So the body does not like to sit. Don't like to sit around, just like a car. Cars don't like to sit around, So I mean, because when they sit around for a long time, they start the parts start getting deteriorated, or I mean, it's not getting the exercise, particularly the rubber parts of the car, I mean, like the batteries or whatever. I mean, well, and it's just us, like our body parts, especially the organs, like the pancreas or other liver or whatever. I mean, we got to get our exercise, because the body, I mean, it's bad for the body. It is indeed bad, and I'm telling you that I think all the feelings that I've been getting, and all the issues that I was getting with the health, including pre-diabetes, I mean, it was because of me sitting there for too long, sitting around and not exercising enough. Now, speaking of pre-diabetes, right now, my body, I don't have it anymore. And why? Because of the exercise, like I say. The exercising, like my job, basically, your job was good enough for exercise, If you're too lazy, well, you could use, your job is good enough. And if you probably noticed that you don't seem to get sick, it's because of your job has been giving you enough exercise. So, I mean, the exercising, I mean, that's the big contributor, and that's my job, because I walk all day long in my job, in my job I'm doing a lot of walking I mean, I work 11-hour shifts, so I'm walking all through the entire 11-hour shift, So, so my update as of today is I feel good. I've been feeling really good lately, really good. I've been feeling really good lately, so I mean, I feel like my energy's back. I feel like I've become restored. I'm restored. My energy is becoming restored from all this anxiety and stuff. I've been having less anxiety, less, but it doesn't. I had not. It's not eliminated, but it's less. I mean, it's much more manageable these days. And so, as you can see, I did some projects in this house, the backyard, including the planter. I covered up the planter area with the cement, you know. Well, anyway, so I mean, exercise is a big one. That's the big one. I mean, just and right now, like I call it. So all in all I have to say, all in all, is just that I mean, it's just simple exercising and your mind. You know, you just gotta like don't keep the negatives out of your mind, or just don't think of anything negative all the time. You gotta try to think of good things, positive stuff. You know, that's it. That's about it. That's what I've been doing to cure my problem with the anxiety and depression. You know, exercise is the number one thing. And then of course, like the pre-diabetes and stuff that I had. I mean, exercise is fixed that. It fixed that on me. And then not only that, I feel good. It's like my body feels good, and I weigh 165 right now, maybe a little less, because of, well, you know, I weigh that little because of not eating too much, because of depression, but it has not affected me health-wise. But I mean, I have less weight to carry around, so it's a less burden for me, energy-wise, you know. And then my energy's back. I feel like my energy's back, and I don't feel achy as much anymore. And it's all, like I said, ever since that. I mean, ever since like I kept going through the exercise at my job, you know. I mean, it's gonna take a few months. It might take a few months. Like if you're going through depression and anxiety right now, and if you keep doing the exercising, anything that you like to do, you don't have to go to any gym or anything. You just do exercising, by doing anything that you like to do, anything you like to do. By even things that you don't like to do, like you could force yourself to go to exercise by going to a job or whatever. But you know, otherwise you could just ride that bike or walk in that cool trail, or even go to like any amusement park or something. You know, like go there and walk all day long there. You know, that's plenty of exercise right there. But plenty of exercise and just taking care of yourself, like food, watching out how much you put into yourself is another one. So that's it right there. I mean, just basically taking care of myself, mostly exercise, is what's cured my problem with the anxiety and depression, you know. Making myself, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's the only thing I have to say. I mean, there's nothing that the doctors can do physically. There's no operation, so to speak, or there's no magic medicine. There's no magic medicine. Well, except for maybe the Prozac. You know, the medicines help, but you have to do your part, and that's mostly by exercising and your mind, and keep your mind positive. You know, you got to keep away from things that are negative, or you got to keep away from thinking negative. Like stop the thinking of negative. You know, just focus on things that are fun or positive. You know, and then if you keep doing that, like you'll see it in the next few months. Exercise really good and watch what you eat. That's what I've been doing, and that's what's been working for me, and that's what's cured my problem here. I mean, I'm not 100% perfect, but I mean, it's perfect. I feel great right now. So, and that's what I've done. I'm just saying that this is what I've done to feel this way. So, I mean, well, I hope you enjoyed watching my video, and I hope I didn't bore you again. Well, I mean, I have more videos to come up, and happy holidays, by the way. Right now it's November 11th. Happy Veterans Day to you guys, and happy Thanksgiving. I'll be posting videos on Thanksgiving and everything. I'll probably just well, I don't know if I'm gonna be visiting my family or not. I think I might be going to San Diego, but I don't know. But I'll just keep updated. I'll just post my life, I guess. And maybe you guys can tell me a suggestion of what year a video or whatever, or whatever. You can leave comments, any kind of comment. I don't care. I don't care if they're positive or negative. I can take it okay now. I used to not be able to take it too good, but for the most part, I took it well. I take them well. Well, anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed this. So Gilbert Arzenega, the YouTuber, the 1980s videos, still got more to come. So I hope you enjoyed, and happy holidays for the rest of the year. Okay, thanks.